Welcome to the Ciena Solutions Challenge student panel discussion as part of the YouthMADE Festival. My name is Jess, and I will be your moderator for today's session. Co-moderating with me is my colleague Carissa, who you will see supporting in the chat throughout the session. So today we will be hearing from teams from Tunisia, the United States, Panama, and Brazil. So as a heads up, this panel is being recorded and attendees are muted upon entry. As an attendee, you'll see a toolbar at the bottom of your screen. So we recommend that you use the Q&A button to submit questions, the chat for general comments, and note that your video and audio are turned off by default. You can also click the CC or live transcript button to view closed captions, which may include translation options depending on your settings. And also just to note, we do have translators in the chat as well. All right, so here is our agenda. Our agenda describes how we will be spending this next hour together. We would love to know who is in the room with us. So please use the chat box feature to share your name and where you are in the world. And we would also like to know what do you do to celebrate your community. So as we go through our agenda, definitely encourage y'all to get in the chat. Where are you from? What do you like to do what do you enjoy most about your community? And we'll definitely start talking about the challenge. We'll also meet our panelists for today. We also have some special guests, and we'll have a brief introduction about them as well. We'll go through our teams, and then we'll have discussions towards the end, as well as the next steps. All right, so a little bit about the Ciena Solutions Challenge. So since 2021, more than 950 educators from schools and youth organizations across 94 countries have engaged with the Ciena Solutions Challenge, a global design challenge by Digital Promise and Ciena that invites middle and high school students globally to use the challenge-based learning guide to design solutions that address the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals within their communities. This year, we had the highest level of participation yet. We had 138 projects that were submitted from 25 different countries, engaging in a record number of educators and students. Of these projects, our volunteer judges selected 20 to win $3,000 sustainability awards, and an additional 42 schools to win $750 prizes, which can be used to sustain or scale their projects. So yeah, congratulations to every person who participated this year and to all the prize winners. We have a few presenting today. And if you want to learn more about the teams and their projects, please check out our latest blog where we announce the sustainability awardees. And you can also find that link in the chat. All right, so as you can see, we'll be hearing from 5 inspiring student teams across 4 different countries today, from using technology to encourage better waste management and recycling to promoting data literacy for learners of all ages. Each team will share their journey, challenges they tackled, and what they've learned along the way. You're welcome to check out the program outline in the chat to view the projects of each team by clicking on that link and then going into their individual hyperlinks to look at their project. And that will also be in the chat for y'all to view. So before we begin our presentations, we have a couple special guests from the Ciena networking systems joining us on today's panel. Volunteers Megan and Daisy have set aside time to engage in our group discussion, and we'll be having these discussions after the presentations. So please welcome our special guests and volunteers, Megan and Daisy, and I'll go ahead and pass it off to Megan to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. My name is Meg Ryan. I have the role of Director of Environmental Sustainability here at Ciena, which really just means that I get to look at all of the cool work that we do in the company and figure out how to make it more sustainable, better for the environment, and then how do we make ourselves an even better company by doing so. I sit in Chicago, Illinois, in the US. And one of the things I like about my community is a couple of things. We're a city that brings in cultures from all over the world. And on any given weekend in the summer, you can see festivals that represent those cultures with the food and the music, and it's really beautiful. And also on environment, we really like to take advantage of being close to the lake. It's a short summer. We have very cold winters, so we definitely like to get outside. My favorite food is sushi, and I'm from this area originally. And in those pictures, you can see me going on hikes in my free time. And the picture on the left, I got to be part of a plastic cleanup expedition. So I got to go see all that pile of plastics and buoys, try to get that out of the wilderness. So I like to really make sure we're thinking about the environment, both in my work and in my life. And it's lovely to meet you all. The amount of work you put into this is really apparent, and it's been so inspiring to see how creatively you've thought about solutions in solving these challenges in your communities. So thank you all for the work you've put into this.
Thanks, Megan. Really, really appreciate you being here. And I'll go ahead and pass it on to our next special guest, Daisy. You go ahead and feel free to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Jess. Hi, everyone. It's so great to meet everyone here online. It's so fascinating how technologies these days can connect all of us when we're, live and work in all different parts of the world. As I mentioned, my name is Daisy, so that's not really my real name. My real Chinese name is Chan. As you probably know, a lot of us, when we move out of our home country and move to the West, we always pick an English name. So that's the name that I picked for myself. There's no legal document whatsoever actually has Daisy on it. But yeah, everybody in Canada now know me as Daisy. I was born and raised in Qinghai province, China. So it's a province in northwest of China. It's a province very close to Tibet. So at the bottom left, that's a picture. It's 2-hour drive outside of the city where I was born. I moved to Canada in August 2015, so almost 10 years ago for my grad school, and then I decided to stay. So currently I live in Toronto, Canada. I don't like the cold, so I don't know. Currently I live in Toronto. Maybe I'll move somewhere warm, maybe Panama. I don't know in the future, so we'll see. My favorite Oh yes, Jose, yes, I love casino. The fun fact, I guess I have it on my slide, is I love salsa dancing. I have been dancing salsa for almost on and off for 8, 9 years. I just love Latin culture, Latin music. All of my close friends are from mostly Costa Rica, Mexico. So yeah, I absolutely love the Latin culture, love salsa dancing. My favorite food is hot pot at all time. If you haven't got a chance to try Chinese hot pot, I highly recommend it. As you know, Chinese wear mostly everywhere in the world, so you can definitely, wherever you are, find a good Chinese restaurant. Currently, my full-time job here at Ciena is working as social impact program manager. My role is to manage our community programs. One is called Ciena Cares. As you can see, I organize volunteer activities. So those two pictures on the slides, I organized a cleanup recently to support Earth Month campaign with my Ciena colleagues based in the Greater Toronto area. And also the picture on the right-hand side, we built a house for chipmunks last year for Toronto Wildlife Center. So it has been very fulfilling as well. Yeah, another program that I actually closely manage and work with is the Digital Promise team on the Ciena Solutions Challenge and also our digital inclusion program as well. So all I do, I guess, is help our team and our people here at Ciena to do good and make an impact on the communities where we work and live. So happy to be here. Nice to meet you all.
Awesome. Thank you. Daisy, can you share your real name in the chat? Thank you for sharing that
Oh,
fact.
yeah.
Yeah. Like now I feel like I need to call you by your actual given name if that's what you prefer. But thank you
No,
also.
people call me Daisy, but sometimes I get asked, that's not your real name, right? As I know it's actually not. I don't have any legal document with Daisy on it.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And again, both of y'all shared some really inspiring information about where you're from and what you do at Ciena. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We're really excited to have y'all here. And I can see the conversation going in the chat, so y'all are welcome to continue doing that. Really, really appreciate y'all engaging there. You're welcome to continue introducing yourselves as well. All right. So moving forward, we're gonna have our first group of presenters from Tunisia, and
Right.
joining them will be, I'm not sure if the educator will be here, but either way, we will have our students presenting for their project EcoCycle. So y'all are welcome to take it away.
Hello. So we have a video. If you want, I can share it with you. It's at the end of the presentation. Last slide. Last slide, yeah.
Oh, this is the last slide. Is it linked on here?
I can share with you if you want.
Oh, sure. Yes, I'll go ahead and stop sharing. Let me go ahead and do that now.
I've sent a request.
All right, feel free to go ahead and start sharing. I'm not sure if you have audio in the video, but
You hear the audio? No.
we don't hear the audio. We just see the.
Sorry. I will try to.
If it's easier, you can share the link to the video in the chat.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can continue sharing your presentation, and then feel free to share that video in the chat. That way folks can view it as well separately.
Okay, no problem. Sorry.
No worries. Okay, so I can go ahead and start sharing again, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, because the video shows all the presentation we have.
Oh, okay.
I've sent the video.
Okay, awesome. All right, so it's in the chat, and folks are welcome to go ahead and view the video in the chat, and I'm going to start sharing my screen again. All right, can y'all see my screen? Are we good here?
Oh, Jess, I think
Yeah.
their video is right here linked on the
Is it?
cover.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Okay, JK, my bad. Let me see if I can go ahead and click on this. I'm gonna
It
have,
looks like it's hyperlinked.
yeah, there we go.
And I think you just have to share the sound.
Yes.
Is this the video that you're referring to?
No, I've sent the link that in the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can also see if I can share it. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to open up the chat here. Okay, are y'all able to see the screen, the video? Is it popping up for y'all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and see. I'm not sure if I'm sharing sound. I should be.
Oh,
Okay.
In order to save the planet, take care of the
Can y'all hear that? Awesome. Cool.
Yes.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play your video then.
environment and raise awareness on pollution and its dangers, me and my group, has considered to create a project that makes recycling easier and more fun. We are going to present to you our project EcoCycle that consists of a smart trash can linked to a mobile app with Bluetooth. The app has 2 different features. It is designed for students and also for managers/workers. If you are a worker or a manager, you click on Manager in the homepage and you will be directed to a page in which you have to enter your email as long as a password in order to create an account. The app will give you the location of the trash cans and the rate of each recyclable and non-recyclable items in it. However, if you are a student, you click on the button that says Student at the homepage and also enter your email and password. With your phone camera, you scan the item you want to throw and the right component will be opened. The app also calculates for you the amount of recyclable items you had thrown. That way, you can compete with your friends. Now we are going to show you here in the video how you can use our app. As you can see here in the video, our user is scanning a plastic water bottle with his phone from our app that he had logged into it with his student account. Thanks to AI, our app was able to determine whether it is recyclable or not and open the right trash can made for recyclable items thanks to Bluetooth and servo motors. Now our user is trying the same process again but with a battery. The component for non-recyclable items had opened to let the user throw in the battery.
Awesome presentation, y'all. Y'all did a great job with that video.
Thanks.
Yeah, do y'all want to share anything about the video?
Sorry?
You want to share anything extra that you want to add on about the video?
Just we're Wassim and we're members of EcoCycle, and that's it. Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, thank you. And again, the video's in the chat if y'all want to go ahead and view that separately. Really, really appreciate you sharing. And we're going to move
Thanks.
on to our next team. Thank you. All right. So now we have the team from California, Davis Middle School. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to y'all.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to have Caleb is going to tell you a little bit about his aquaponic, and then they're going to pass it on. And I'm Jose Gonzalez from Davis Middle School in Compton, California.
Hi, my name is Caleb. I'm from Davis Middle School here in California, and we're presenting the Aquaship project, as you can see, along with two of my teammates who are also here in the Zoom call. So the Aquaship project that we have made, it is made up of three main components that we have made. It's very sustainable and completely EV powered using solar panels. And along with the solar panels to charge our electronics, we also use the electronics for an aquaponic system that helps feed fish and make a circulatory system for feeding and growing fish. And along with that, we also have a marine fish farm that also helps endangered fish, like the bluefin tuna, to grow and once again populate so that it's not endangered anymore. So that's like a small summary of our Aquaship, but Brando can tell you a little bit more of our impact.
This project is important because our project uses zero fossil fuels, which means it's completely eco-friendly, and it can go around the world using the aquaponic system to feed many communities that don't have much food or aren't as fortunate. And it also aligns with United Nations goals, sustainability goals 7, 14, and yeah.
That was our aquaponics project. We will now be passing it on to another of our fellow project teammates, Jackelin and her team.
My name is Jackelin, and this is our regenerative ocean farming system, which focuses on creating another. This is our regenerative ocean farming system, which focuses on creating another food source by growing food underwater to utilize the space and resources in the ocean, since we are on the verge of depleting overland. This type of farming system can also increase biodiversity in the ocean by growing a mix of species that can act to revive ecosystems. Our project can also provide solutions for certain problems because it aligns with the United Nations Goals 9, Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure, Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, and also Goal 14, Life Below Water. Now I'm going to pass it on to my teammate Valentina to talk about this up.
Hi y'all. I'm Valentina, and my project is the mini sub. My project's goal is to help researchers about how we can save sea life in the ocean by collecting data and samples in places where it's too dangerous for humans to go, so we can figure out ways we can help them. I thought of this as its purpose, as there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with the ocean right now, bleaching coral reefs, warming waters, microplastics. So this is my solution to that. There's 3 main parts to my sub in total. The hull, the ballast tank, and the motors. The hull is the outer part of the ship, keeping all the electronics safe and dry and providing a great base to build off for this project. Next, the ballast tank, which uses 2 water pumps. One that takes in water into the bottle to give the sub enough weight to dive into the water, and then another pump that releases water from the bottle to allow the ship to rise from the water. Last, we have 4 motors that allow the submarine to move around in the water. And that's primarily it.
We also wanted to send a shout out to the Colegio Militar de Manaus, Brazil, Professor Ten, Guimara, Antonio, we learned so much from them, and we had an opportunity to collaborate with them. So we wanted to send a shout out to them. What a wonderful team. And thank you for allowing us to be here.
Wow, thank y'all so much. And thank you for sharing that, Jose. I love that y'all had the opportunity to collaborate with other teams on here. That's amazing. And amazing work, students, amazing presentation. Thank y'all so much. Y'all did amazing. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to the next team. And we have our team from Panama presenting their project EcoSmart. And I'll go ahead and let y'all take on over.
No.
It looks like we heard someone pop on the mic. I'm not sure if y'all are on here for Team Panama.
Yes, Bianca is being promoted to a panelist. Give me one second.
Yes. Okay. Thank y'all for being patient with us. We love technology, but technology also can come with its issues. So give us a moment and we'll go ahead and have our panelists start in a moment.
Bianca, whenever you're ready to come off mute, feel free to start presenting.
Hello, we are EcoSmart. We from okay. Yeah. Hello, we are from Panama.
Dios mío.
Good morning. My name is Carlos Yao. Good morning. My name is Carlos Yao, and I'm from Panama. My project was to change seek to solve two main problems. The first main problem in my country is the low country,
Sorry,
which contributes to the pollution and the waste of resource that could be. The second element to or no problem.
Bianca, I was going to ask if your team can maybe turn off their camera because the sound is messing up a little bit and it could be the bandwidth. So if they just want to turn off their camera but leave their audio on, that might help because we're having a little bit of trouble hearing.
Yeah. So the second problem is the lack of environmental awareness. Many people do not have the habit or knowledge necessary to properly separate and recycle their waste, which hinders the positive impact of recycling in my country.
The team chose this challenge due to the significant impact of low recycling rates and lack of environmental awareness on the environment, which affects people's health, ecosystem, and contribute to climate change. We believe that technology can be a key tool in promoting better recycling habits. Through smart containers and an app, we can offer an innovative and accessible solution that motivates more people to recycling correctly, making the process easier and generating a positive impact on the environment. Hello, my name is Mackenzie. What is a problem or concern in the real world? The low recycling rate and the lack of environment awareness are global issues with severe consequences. Each year, millions of tons of wastes are generated, but only a small portion is properly recycled, leading to waste accumulation in oceans, rivers, and landfills, and landfills, harming harming biodiversity, and pollution water, soil, and air. Thank you. In Panama, solid waste management represent a significant environment and social challenge. Only 5% of the waste generated in the country is recycled. Okay, Recycla app. In the testing phase, locate recycling points and facilitate access. Include the Eco Trade program, with rewards for recycling, offer interactive environment education. We currently what is promotion? Okay, we currently have an alpha version of our app which has its key function and a database of more than okay.
All right. It looks like we have all the presenters that already went. I hope so. It looks like it. But thank y'all so much. Thank you so much for the presentation. Y'all did an awesome job. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone speaking?
Future plans. EcoSmart plans to grow sustainably by expanding its smart containers, improving their Recycla app, and bringing recycling education to more schools. They legalize operation. Partner with local governments and eventual scale across Latin America weight diversity remains to grow, recycling and rewards.
Thank
All
you
right.
for your attention.
Thank y'all so much. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Thank y'all so much for sharing. Really, really appreciate it. Y'all did an awesome job. Just for the sake of time, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next presenters. So we have a team from Brazil presenting on their project International Collaboration for Sustainable Solutions in the Amazon. I'll go ahead and pass it on to y'all.
Hi.
Matthias, it doesn't sound like we can hear you.
Oh, my mic is off.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Hello, my name is Matthew, and I have my friends aqui, Mariana Paz, Ana Vasconcelos, Felipe Gonçalves. We have the project of Evapotranspiration, like the project of the USA. The evapotranspiration is the process by which water returns to the atmosphere from the Earth's surface, commanding two characters: evapotranspiration, loss of water directly from surface, such as rivers, lakes, oceans, and soil. And have the transpiration, release of water vapor by the plants struck their stomachs. This process is influenced by factors such as temperature, air humidity, solar radiation, winds, and soil and vegetal characters. Evapotranspiration is essential for the hydrological cycle, helping to regulate the climate and the water availability in different ecosystems. In the problem of TFE, have much garbage and trash in the streets that pollutes the air, that killing the vegetable, the animals, and we resolve a problem. We act to do the transpiration to resolve the problems and to like do a clean energy to the population of TFE. That small city in the forest Amazon. We have more problems than trash, garbage. It's also the clean. The weather is so wet, it's so hot. It's difficult to handle a problem to solve.
Hi guys, my name is Maria Paz. I'm from Brazil. And sorry for my English, but so in 2024, there was a big drought in the city of Tefé. Many animals died and people had clean water. We also saw a lot of pollution and a untreated sewage. So we created a project to help. Our goal is to build a sustainability toilet using a natural system called Evapotranspiration, which treats water without pollution the environment. While we were building the toilet prototype in Tefé, still in progress, the American students helped us by creating digital models of the project using CoSpace and Minecraft. And we also extended videos, ideas, and information about sustainability.
Hello everyone, my name is Felipe Cavalcante, and during the project we learned some lessons, like simple actions can bring great results, and education can make a great difference in our world, and is our responsibility to take care of the nature and green areas.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much for sharing. This is really inspiring. Really, really appreciate y'all sharing this information. Y'all did an awesome job. We're going to move on to another team from Brazil on their project Digital Literacy and Citizenship for Youth and Adult Education. So I'll go ahead and let y'all take over from there.
Okay, hi guys, Racing from Brazil. So we are here for the third time and so glad again. So I'm going to introduce my team members, okay? So let's start.
Hello, my name is Abel. I am in 13th grade of high school. I learned that education is essential to everyone and must to be in class.
Hello, my name is Alexander. I am third grade of high school. I could learn that it's never too late to return to school.
Hello, my name is Giovanna, and I'm a first grade student of high school. In our project, I learned how to communicate more in a more contextualized way.
So our project is about digital literacy and citizenship for young and adult learners. The main challenge of this project was to introduce digital literacy to adult students to reclaim their citizenship within their social context, encouraging young people and adults enrolled to overcome difficulties related to functional illiteracy to alternatives such as inclusion and sustainability.
Well, we listed two of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 4 and Goal 17. Thus, we adapted the content to include digital education for all. And over here, we have a link to a video that summarizes our project. If you can play. Please.
What we'll go ahead and do is just, if y'all are welcome to share the link to the video in the chat. That way folks can have time to view that video, just for the sake of time. So we make sure we have enough time for the discussion. But I'm happy to share the next slide if y'all are ready to move forward to that one. We'll go ahead and share that video in the chat for folks who want to view the summarize of their project.
So here is some of pictures of the day of the announcement and the book that inspired us to do our project, and also our plans for the future that is finish the ebook tariff, start the robotics project, and invite more students to complete elementary school in the community. We have also some pictures of the ebook and a video of showing how we are grateful for being part of this project.
All right, thank y'all so much. And Carissa has shared the link to their video in the chat, so y'all are welcome to view that. And yeah, y'all did awesome. Thank you so much for sharing about your project. All right, so we have made it to our student discussion portion. During this portion, we're gonna have our volunteers. Oops. We're gonna have our volunteers go ahead and ask some questions to our student team today, but y'all are still welcome to continue engaging in the chat. If you want to go ahead and view all our team's projects, you're welcome to also check out our program challenge, which links to every one of their individual projects. But for our first question, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Megan to start our student discussion.
Absolutely. Wonderful work, everyone. It's really inspiring to see how creatively you're thinking about each of these challenges in your communities. So I'll talk a little bit about why I chose this this question. And it's because myself, like you all, am trying to solve problems in my company and my communities. And when you look at a sustainable challenge, oftentimes there's not just one solution that's going to solve everything. You have to make choices around what is going to be the most impactful for that location or that challenge. So my question is about trade-offs. When you're designing for sustainability, what trade-offs are you making and how impactful are they? For example, a lot of you mentioned waste in your projects. You know, is this addressing waste? Does it use energy? Does something have to travel very far to get to where it needs to go? Oftentimes a solution can touch on a lot of different topics, but I suppose I'll bring it back to the question to you all, which is, what trade-offs do you think about when you're coming up with a solution for your project?
Any teams that are ready to answer the question, y'all are welcome to come off mute and share your answers. Or you can also raise your hand if that works better.
I think maybe if Megan to clarify trade-offs for them, that might be a help.
That's a good point. Thank you, Jose. What choices do you make when coming up with a solution for a challenge? And how do you consider the different impacts like waste, energy, environmental topics. Does that help?
I think I'll start if you guys want. I think when we were designing our ship, because we're doing the Aquaship, I think the main trade-off that we had to deal with was what exactly were we going to try to fix? Because of course, there's always a lot of problems, and so there's a lot of different, like Megan just said, there's a lot of solutions to different problems, and sometimes there's even multiple to one specific. So I think the biggest trade-off was trying to think of what were we trying to solve? Were we trying to solve endangered fish like what we have? Were we trying to capture as much trash in the ocean there was? I think the major trade-off was trying to decide what problem we were going to try to solve and how we were going to try to solve it.
That's a great answer. Thank you for that. And maybe to grow on that, it sounds like you guys really worked on trying to solve a couple of key issues, but not every issue. And that's also a good choice, is to focus on where you're going to make the biggest difference and then build solutions for that. So I think that's great work. I thought the EcoShip was very cool.
We're happy to hear from any other teams who would like to answer this question. Go for it, Tarek, or Tarek's team.
Okay, I think our goal is to build a strong recycling mindset, especially in the younger generation, by making recycling a habit that feels rewarding and even exciting.
Tarek, that's a great point. I think that making recycling exciting and turning it into a game can get people more engaged when they interact with waste every day. What I see in our work is that people often don't think before they put something in a bin. And what you're pushing your peers to do is look at what they're putting in the waste and then using technology to make a choice around it. And I thought that was a very creative way to turn it into a fun way to engage with waste. So really well done there.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any other teams that want to answer this question?
I would like to ask, what inspired you guys to participate in this project?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. And I'll hand it over to Daisy afterwards as well. I love getting to see passionate students who are curious about the world and are ready to see all of these challenges of our generation and think creatively about how to solve them. What I find is that there are a lot of challenges in the world, but you need people who are motivated and who are curious about figuring out how to solve for them. So I found it very inspiring to hear that each of you are looking at problems day to day and coming up with real solutions so that as you grow into people who change the world in future years, you've already started to get very good at problem solving. And so really it's you guys inspire me, and it pushes me to do good work too, because you think about things differently than maybe someone who's been working for 20 years. So you all come in with fresh ideas, and it's really great to hear them. So I'll hand it over to Daisy.
Great, thank you for the question. I think personally for me, when I was in university, I did, I guess the best time I would say I spent in my university years is to volunteering, and I get to interact with my peers that similar age as me back then, from all around the world, and tackling educational issues that in rural parts of China. So that was my personal inspiration, really, how I got into the social impact world to begin with. And I think just to like echoing what Meg just mentioned, to hear fresh new ideas. And a lot of the times I feel when we work in a company, you're sitting behind a computer, you sometimes get lost at the sense of the real impact and what's really happening for the programs that we're actually building right in front of our computer. So this today really gives, at least for me, a sense of, yeah, the Ciena Solutions Challenge is inspiring all of you to think about constructive ways to solve real world problems. It's not just a concept. So that really has been a very, throughout today's session, has been a really like a reminder for me that the work we do at Ciena is making a real impact. And also all of you, the solutions that you're coming up with is also very inspiring for me to hear today as well. And one of the other thing I wanted to add to it, it's very inspiring to see the cross-cultural collaboration that is happening. So kudos to all the educators and all of the students online that making that effort to connect with your peers.
And Daisy, one thing I'll add is that the world needs people like you all. And regardless of age or where you're at in your education, you can see these projects as a step in the direction of changing the world. And I think it's amazing to see the concrete projects you've put together. And this is just one step towards many you all will take in creating big impact in the world. So I hope you know that this is not small. This can create change on a very big scale. And so the world needs thinkers like you all. So keep at it.
Thanks, Meg and Daisy, and a major thanks to the student for asking the question. Really, really appreciate that. Daisy, I definitely want to give you an opportunity as well to ask any questions. You're welcome to lead the question on the screen, or if you have your own, feel free to share with our student teams.
I will type in the chat. I think I'm curious, what are the biggest challenges that you have faced while you're working on your project, and how did it shape your understanding of, global sustainability?
I think you have a hand raised up from Brazil over there.
Oh, yeah.
Hi guys, I have a question. My question is for the EcoCycle group. How can the project be expanded to communities outside the school and environmental?
Just wanted to chime in here. Looks like we have two questions. So there's one question from Daisy that's to the entire panel, all the panelists. If you want to share any of your biggest challenges that you faced on your projects. And then one of the students from the Brazil team, from Enrique's team, has a question for one specific team. So first we can, if anybody wants to share the bigger challenges that their team might have faced, and then we'll go back to the EcoCycle team.
Sorry, we didn't hear the question. Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, sure. How can the project be expanded to communities outside the school environment?
Okay. If you begin in our, sorry?
Depois pode digitar no chat aí se quiser. Não, sim, sim, é a professora.
Sorry, go ahead, EcoCycle team.
Okay, we begin in our school first, and after we're gonna plan to like scale project. Yeah, to scale our project more outside the school. So our target is youth. I think our first target is youth. After that, we're trying to deal with other ages.
Awesome, thank you. Just wanted to go back to the challenges question from Daisy. Does anybody have anything that they may have struggled with or something that they might have learned through, you know, through facing something during your project that you might want to share?
It looks like we have a hand raised, so you're welcome to go ahead and answer the question.
So my team biggest challenge was turning our idea into a real technology and getting people to understand and use it, especially with the limited resource in my country.
Thank you for sharing. I think, yes, not all the time that you would have abundant resources like to bring your idea to fruition. So I'm sure maybe some of the students here on the call can also relate to that as well. I wonder if anyone has any ways that they have make it work, even with like a little bit limited resources.
Brando, it looks like you have your hand raised.
Some of the biggest challenges we faced was actually building the ship and finding out ideas on what we can fix and make it sustainable. Like, we had to research different problems inside of our community and the whole world. Like, we found out that the fish population is slowly decreasing due to overconsumption, which we can fix by using our fish farm in the back of our ship. And we also researched that many communities don't have much food or fresh food. So we're gonna help that by taking the ship and taking it around the world to places that aren't as fortunate. And we also found out that many ships or container ships that are overused or like old just get recycled or get like decomposed. So we took one that's old and we made it into a new, sustainable, and eco-friendly ship.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing, Brando. I think when you discover a challenge, you actually realize that some of the extended issue that you may need to include and in your project. So the scope of the project sometimes can naturally grow as well. So kudos for you to try to find solutions to solve the challenges. That's amazing.
EcoCycle team, feel free to come off mute.
Okay. So one major challenge that was collecting a large and diverse data set of waste images to train our AI. And we struggled also to find labeled high quality images locally, which slowed down training and limited the AI's initial performance.
I would say that's an incredibly complex project you guys have taken on. I think training AI in the future use of AI can hopefully be a big part of the solution for sustainability. But you're absolutely right. I think we're still in the beginning stages of figuring out how AI is going to be our friend and our, part of the solution. So good work trying to hunt down, extra images. I think that can be the hard part at the beginning.
It looks like we do have time for maybe one more response, and I see Wendy, you have your hand up. Feel free to go on mute.
Okay, I was working on the regenerative ocean farming system with my team, and one of the big challenges we faced was actually how we were actually going to move the plants and the food around. So at first we thought maybe we could have some divers going, but we soon realized that would just cost too much money, and with our project already in a large scale, that would just not be efficient. So that's when we decided to make conveyor belts that would actually make it way more efficient. And this helped me understand with global sustainability that with a faster and more efficient pace of actually moving the things around, the more we can bring our food to communities and the world.
That's a great example of using automation to solve problems. I think that oftentimes things can be too expensive, or too challenging when we try to do it all by hand. And that's really at the heart of what this challenge is getting at, is using technology to solve some of our problems. So great solution there.
Great questions again, Megan and Daisy. Really appreciate it. And thank you all again for everyone who took the time to answer these questions. We are at time. We definitely honor y'all's time. We don't want to keep you longer than needed. So we do have a couple of reminders and wrap-ups. We want to continue this conversation going. So if you don't have plans this weekend, we have 2 very awesome events that y'all are welcome to register to. So starting Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, you can sign up for an Innovation International Showcase, where you'll also hear from global teams talk about solutions for environmental protection. And then on Sunday, May 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, the organization Mercury will be hosting a webinar on transforming mental health. So in the United States, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, in case y'all didn't know. So this will be a great opportunity to learn more about what Mercury is hoping to accomplish for this cause. So the links to our directory where you can register for these events will be in the chat. And just a few reminders, we are bringing back the YouthMADE Festival Community Awards, which invites teachers, students, families, community members, and supporters around the world to recognize students who presented at the YouthMADE Festival. So that includes everyone today who presented. Please feel free to share this form. It is in the chat where you can give kudos to certain students, and we're happy to go ahead and also encourage y'all to share this in your social medias. We have a deadline for May 27th, so if y'all can take the time to just take a few minutes, give a couple kudos to students who presented, and then we'll go ahead and contact you if you have received a kudos. And then another reminder, we hope y'all can take some time to give us some feedback as you attend events during the YouthMADE Festival, including this one. We would love to hear your thoughts. So it's a short form, it should only take you a few minutes, and that should also be in the chat. And again, thank y'all so much for today. It was incredible hearing from all our panelists today. We do encourage you, please, if you have social media and if you have any thoughts or anything that you captured, photos, screenshots, conversations, please continue the discussion on social media. You can either follow us on YouthMADE on Instagram. You can use the hashtag Ciena Challenge or YouthMADE across any platform. And we still have more panels going on. So next, on the week 2 of the festival, which is next week on May 13th, we will have 2 panels. We will have a panel at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and then we will have a panel at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So again, y'all can view all these events. And there was a feed there. Sorry about that. You can view all the events, live events, and more content in our directory, which you can see that in the chat. But that concludes our panel for today. So sorry to wrap this up quickly, but the conversations were so rich. We definitely hate to cut them off. But again, continue these conversations online, social media, and we hope to see you at our next panels next week. Thank you all again to our panelists, our volunteers, the audience for attending. We really, truly appreciate your engagement today. And yeah, we hope you take care. Thank y'all so much.